Srimate Ramanujaya Namaha. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. So, as everyone had requested, I decided to do the episode 10 in English. So, before I get started, I wanted to give this message. So, many have been asking me this question and even wondering why I cannot do this channel in English. The reason is this channel is full of um, my experiences. So it's a lot of emotion. So all those emotional stuff are best expressed only in the native language. And when I speak in Tamil, it comes directly from my heart and I don't have to think. So whenever it comes from the heart, it has more power to it and it can have a greater impact on the viewers. Even if you don't understand the language, you can still sense the vibration. So that is a message I wanted to give, and let me get started. So when we are treading on a spiritual path, there could be many challenges in our way. Without the guidance of a authentic spiritual guru, we might get deviated from the path. So my guru, Sri Shemurlidhar Swamiji, was always there. I was always getting guidance from him in many ways. So there are two things that he mentioned. Very simple. His teachings were very simple. Just do the Mahamantra, Hare Rama Mahamantra, and do Kadashravanam. That is listening to stories of Bhagavan like Ramayana, Mahabharata, Srimad Bhagavatam, and so on. So I was already doing Kadashram from 2012. So now I started doing the japa as well. So I started chanting the Hare Rama Mahamantra. So there was no Diksha and it was very simple and no secret mantra. I didn't do any secret mantra. It was just the Mahamantra that I did. So every day I used to wake up in the morning before sunrise and I used to do the japa. As I kept driving to my work, I used to listen. While I was driving, I was listening to the uh, recorded Mahamantra chanting of my guru. So when I got to work, I used to listen to the recorded discourses on my laptop using my headphones. So lunchtime, I took a break and I used to go for a walk doing the japa. Afternoons again I did Kathashravanam. And evenings, sunset time and sunrise time are important times for japa, and I did my japa during sunset. And while cooking, I either did Kathashravanam, listening to some discourses, it will be running in the background, or I did japa. And then before bedtime, I did a japa. So what I did was, in 16 hours of waking time, I covered it. I alternated between japa and Kadashravanam, and as much as possible I tried to do it without any gaps. So this is how I did 2015 and 2016. So the first signs of spiritual progress I saw in early 2017. So I started hearing this sound in my ears. So I just had to first accept it. I had to make sure that it was really hearing it. So it took me some days. So it could be described as something as a low frequency or a high frequency sound. So then I didn't know what it was. So when I did a search, I found out that it was the Anahata Dwani that comes from the Anahata Chakra. So as years went by, it became more and more pronounced, the sound, and I understood that it was all pervading and I just existed within that sound. That was the realization I had after many years. So after later what I saw was my breathing started becoming longer and deeper. Pranayama started happening. Actually, here I wanted to answer one of the questions that a viewer had after seeing the Tamil version. She told me that she didn't understand that how pranayama happened naturally. I had mentioned this already in my English channel video that the mantra itself, the Mahamantra itself, it is a three in one formula. It is a prayer come mantra, prayer come pranayama come meditation. So when we chant the mantra, we are invoking the divine. It's a prayer. So it's a prayer come pranayama come meditation. So and when we are chanting, it is basically the breath. We can observe the breath going in and out. So it is a mild form of pranayama. It is pranayama by itself. So but when the chanting goes on for long, for many, as you keep chanting more and more, the pranayama gets intensified. More and more it will become deeper. So the channels, the nadis, they get cleansed just by this japa itself. And the passage becomes cleansed, and prana moves freely in that channel from the diaphragm all the way up to the nose ridge. That is the pranayama. That's how pranayama happens. So that channel becomes free, and because of the chanting, and pranayama can happen. So I just wanted to answer that question that she had. So as then pranayama was going on from the diaphragm all the way up to the nose ridge, I could feel it. And then in early 2018, the mantra that I was chanting, the Mahamantra, merged with my breath, and with every breath, japa was happening. That is called ajapa japa. So 24/7 japa was going. It is a subtle experience. I could feel the chanting the japa, the name of the mantra, Mahamantra, going on from the diaphragm up to the nose ridge. And after some time, the name also disappeared, and I could feel it as just a vibration. And my focus was always on the breath. I was kind of, even if I was disturbed by any other thoughts, then I shifted back to that breathing itself. So I was always constantly, my focus was there in my breath. Then what happened was in late 2018, I noticed this sudden sense of freedom. I felt that I was free. I was released from the clutches of my mind. Actually, this happens because of the breath. We say take a deep breath, right? The breath, when the breath becomes deeper and longer, the mind, it calms down the mind. So that was the result of the pranayama that was happening. My mind was getting calmer and calmer, and as a result, I felt that inner peace, and I was no longer attached to any outside circumstances. And so as a result, there was a surge in energies. I used to feel energetic even with reduced sleep time. My sleep time reduced. My energy level, there was a surge in my energy levels, and I feel tremendous inner peace. So that was in end of 2018. Early 2019 was the Kundalini Shakti was awakened. So that's when I lost my individuality, my ego sense. Everything was basically, it couldn't stand in the way of the power of that Shakti. So, and I had to go the way the Shakti showed me. And another thing that I noticed was I started seeing a lightness in my body. My body became more and more lighter, and was spontaneous yogic postures, asanas, were also happening. So in late 2019, that's when meditation started happening. I started to see the form of my Lord Sri Ranganatha in the meditation. So gradually, more and more it took, I mean, to see the entire form of my Lord, like it took around 2 years. So when meditation was happening, I was also experiencing bliss. The state of bliss and peace, like it gradually became more and more pronounced. It over the years, it started more and more. It was becoming a second nature to me. The peace and the bliss. And in 2021, I started having these many questions. I was contemplating a lot in 2021 because when the mind gets calmer and calmer, um, you can you become more aware of the thoughts that come into your awareness. So contemplation started happening, and a self inquiry also started happening. That's when it started happening, the self inquiry. So the guru who came to give me that guidance was Swami Nochur Venkatraman. He got his sannyasa last year and he got the Diksha name Swami Ramana Charana Tirthar. So his discourses were very profound. He was a great teacher of Vedanta. He mainly focused on Bhagwan Sri Ramana Maharshi's teachings. I used to get so absorbed in his discourses, and he very nicely taught how to recognize that existence. He used to talk about that I thought, find out where it merges, follow that thought, and many things he gave, many clues he gave on how to recognize that self. And I kept listening for about 6 months, and then one day I was able to catch hold of that. I was able to recognize that I got it. So it was an amazing moment uh, to go beyond the body and mind. And after that, in 2022, I started getting a lot of intuitive messages. So my intuition was already expanding from 2021 onwards. It started expanding. I understood many truths. What happened in the past, what is happening in my life, why it happened. Questioning stopped, and even thinking stopped because answers kept coming. And this happens to everybody that practice meditation for long hours or for many years they've been practicing. It is a kind of ability that develops over a period of time. So it goes by names like clairvoyance, claircognizance, clairsentience. That's how they call it. So one of the messages that came from one of the messages, I understood that was what was the purpose. I understood my purpose. So I understood that I was supposed to start a channel to share my knowledge and my experiences. I never dreamt of starting any channel. I was taken by surprise, and I was not ready for it because I was still working. So I decided to wait for the divine timing. So in the meanwhile, I was trained to start my new journey ahead. And as expected, my software career ended in October 2023. They always say that when one door closes, another door opens. So the other door was already open for me, and I started my new journey as a spiritual worker. So that's when immediately I posted my first shots on my English channel Mahalakshmi Pradeep, and then I continued to post more videos and shots on that channel. And this channel I started when I returned from Sri Rangam this year. It was an inspiration that I got when I returned from Sri Rangam after a grand festival that took place during the month of March, April. So, and so this is what it is. So this is how chanting transformed my life. Thanks for listening. Hare Krishna.